I had to tell Leaker today I'm the bad guy. Like, I'm that guy that's gonna tell niggas what they don't want to hear, but what it needs to be done. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why shit come out the way it do though. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about the situation. You got companies, right, that pay millions and millions of dollars for niggas to come in and do focus groups for a nigga like me to come in and shake shit up. Everybody, 8 niggas in the room saying, "Oh, it's dope, dope," and then the one nigga they be behind the glass be like, "Nah, I think we should try this and maybe that, and I think that could have made it better." Then they go, "Hey, Bill, did we?" But us as a culture, when we do that amongst each other, like, nah, bro, that ain't it. Like, this is really the way. That's it. We take that as hate, or we frown upon that, or we deviate from that. And that's why, some niggas be successful, some niggas don't. For that reason. That in with a grain of salt. Like, that's deep right there. Like, you ever thought about that? You got companies, right, that pay people to come in and pick their brain and ask for ideas, and then amongst that, they might find 2 to 3 niggas that say something that's like very impactful, and they gonna use that to leverage off what they trying to build. Granted, they paying you for that too. Like, they'll pay 350, 250. You doing this amongst your peers for free, and niggas take it as hate. I just be feel like the more years you get in the game, the more you understand. Like, this shit is like, it's a lot deeper than just talent, bro. It's just like common sense, man. And when you realize common sense is very, very, very not common, that's when you realize how special you are. Because you're able to see the world in a way that most people can't. You know what I'm saying? And shit, wow. Shit, wow. True story, man. I'm gonna give y'all a little breakdown of why I feel like the way I feel. So this is like years back. I went to a focus group, and this is when I realized is like, this is genius. Like, when I first understood like what they was on, like, okay, y'all niggas about to pick everybody brain in here. And it's gonna be out of this group some nigga to give you something to really consider to think about. So they asking the questions about, what they had rolling, about the name, the logo. So every time they would ask a question, I was always come with up, like, they asked everybody to raise their hand, and I was always the nigga that was raising his hand. So they asked about the logo. And I told them, I was like, honestly, the logo's cool, but it don't evoke emotion. When you first see it, it don't just... Basically, I give them my opinion on like what should be tweaked on the logo. Because I feel like first impression is everything. Like, if you see something, especially when it comes to fashion or just art in general, it should draw you in. It should evoke emotion. I always tell everybody that. So the logo, it was kind of bland. It didn't really like... That shit was low-key whack, like, So I gave them my little tweaks. So then they asked a couple more questions. So after that, they're like, okay, well, the focus group is over. You could get your money at the front table. Sign your name out and they'll give you your money. Boom. So we all walking out, but they tell me to stay. They say, hold on, we want to ask you a couple more questions. First question they asked me, they say, what you do for a living? What do you do? I say, I'm a creative. I'm an artist. I got a brand called Urban Trademark. I've been doing it for like, at the time, 5 years. XYZ, all this, gave them the whole spiel. It was in the store, the Beverly Center, all that. So they say, yeah, man, we knew you did something creative because the way you think, how you process things. And then we was eyeing your hat too. And just the color scheme on the hat, we thought that was pretty dope. I was like, yeah, man, I feel like the best art is keyed in on details. It's like, it could be that one thing that could be said, even with a song, one instrument or that one thing you add that just brings value that could really like break the impact of somebody liking it and then somebody loving it. And I'm always key in on details. I call myself the 101 king when it comes to that hat shit because, I sold a lot of fucking 101s. Every hat I've ever did was a freestyle. As far as placement of the fabric, finding the fabric, everything it was always a process. It wasn't just like, oh, we gonna run 100,000 of these. No, I sold a lot of fucking hats, bro. One of one. Everyone was just off the top of my dome. And I say that to say that every hat that I produced that I don't have in this room no more, that just floating in the air in somebody's house right now, in somebody's closet, I was always keyed in on details. I didn't let not one hat leave me without me feeling like it was special or this is going to be like something that somebody loved. Whether they was paying $100 for it or $75 at Venice Beach, everyone I treated the same. And I feel like that's why I use that same blueprint with everything I do now. Music, any custom hat next to my shit, and I guarantee I'll put money on my shit any day, because the difference between their custom hat versus mine was placement. Like, that's how I was killing shit, because I wasn't just looking at a fabric and saying, oh, this match. No, it was positioning. It was placement. It was thought behind it. And when you got that shit, like, it travels. It might not indirectly gain no value that you could probably tangible see, but it's times that niggas post hats on here that I be like, damn, I remember when I made that, and I remember the placement, how I placed it. That it ain't just like, that's the energy. You feel me? The energy is what I put into it. That thought process is like, nah, I gotta move this over here so it can be lined up so they can see the face go like this. That's the details, bro. That part. Be understanding, like, when you on that frequency, like, that shit different. A lot of niggas can't even fathom that. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you could just move a fabric to the left and get this character, Hulk, to be sitting a certain way, to get that nostalgic feeling to that person that's going to purchase that hat. And that nostalgic feeling makes the difference between somebody liking it because it looks dope because of color scheme versus somebody loving it because they're a Hawk fan and the color scheme is on point. You know what I'm saying? It's like going beyond because you love it versus doing the bare minimum because the money going to be there. I can make shit all day and get money. You feel me? I've proven myself. The first day I got out of jail and sat on the boardwalk and made and translated money for something that I made with my hand, I could do that. But the difference is when somebody hit me up and be like, bro, I love this hat. This shit fire, bro. That's the difference. It was flying, it was flying off the shelves. This was all a blessing.
My name's Robert Wade. I'm the store manager and the buyer here at Tradition. Out of all the brands that I've come across here at Tradition, UTM's been one of our top sellers here in the store. From athlete to entertainer, that's one of the first items they pick up every time they walk into the store. They grab the hat without knowing any history about the company. They just love the product. Then you tell them a little bit about the hats being one of one and the product being handcrafted, and they appreciate it even more.
Let me teach you a lesson. Come back, Cizzy, I'm back to some blessings. Still in the streets, and girls I happen. I did the most when a nigga didn't have it. Feel like a nigga, I think I'm trapping. How could I change when a nigga I added? Take out the market with a nigga didn't plan it. I had designed me, but the empire. Keep it organic, I move like a vegan. I hate to be down, cause I know it's depressing. Gotta feel well, cause we know to be rich. R.I.P. Nip, you shout to rich. How my name ain't real on the list. I just been some build up the shit that I read. I done did more.
Shit that appreciates with value.
I done did more than most.